3-disc minimum, stripe the data, stripe the parity too. No single disc holds all the protection, it's spread across the crew. 1 disc worth of overhead buys you fault tolerance on the array. RAID 5 balances capacity, performance, and safety every day. Parity stripe distributed across every disc. XOR calculates the safety worth every risk, and -1 is a usable space. 1 disc can fail in parity, fills its place. Read fast, write smart, rebuild from what remains. Parity stripe, that's how RAID 5 explains. Parity is a mathematical safety net computed with XOR. Exclusive OR compares bits across the data disks in store. If A is 1 and B is 0, then parity is 1, that's the gate. If A and B are both the same, then parity is 0, seal the fate. From any 2 values, the third can always be recalculated clean. That's how a failed disk data gets rebuilt from what remains unseen. RAID 5 rotates the parity block across all disks in the set. Stripe 1 puts parity on disk 3, stripe 2 on disk 2, don't forget. Stripe 3 puts parity on disk 1, the rotation continues on. No single disk is the dedicated parity disk, that bottleneck is gone. Every disk shares the read load and the parity write load equally. Distributed parity is RAID 5's genius, balanced across every drive you see. Parity stripe distributed across every disk. XOR calculates the safety worth every risk, and -1 is your usable space. 1 disk can fail in parity, fills its place. Read fast, write smart, rebuild from what remains. Parity stripe, that's how RAID 5 explains. Usable capacity is n-1 times the smallest disk in the array. 3 TB drives gives 8 TB usable. 1 disk worth of parity to pay. 4 drives gives 12 TB usable. 5 drives give 16. The pattern holds every drive as it grows usable space by 1 disk. That's the story told. Read performance is excellent. All disks serve data reads in parallel. Sequential and random reads both benefit. RAID 5 handles them well. Write performance carries a penalty for operations happen per write. Read the old data, read the old parity. Write new data, write new parity. Write that red modify write cycle cost extra IO on every single write. Small random writes hit RAID 5 hardest, that's its performance plight. Write back cache on the controller hides the write penalty from the host. The controller acknowledges the write immediately, cache absorbs the most. Battery backdoor flashback cache protects against power loss mid-write. Without cache protection, a power failure corrupts the array overnight. 1 disk fails, the array enters degraded mode and keeps on running. Every read must now reconstruct missing data. XOR constantly humming. The controller reads all remaining disks and calculates every missing block. Performance drops significantly in degraded mode. Watch the clock. Rebuild reads every sector of every surviving disk to reconstruct the lost. The larger the disk, the longer the rebuild. Terabytes have a cost. During rebuild, every surviving disk is under sustained maximum read stress. Disk failure rates rise under heavy load. A second failure means distress. If a second disk fails during rebuild, total data loss, no recovery path. RAID 5 tolerates exactly 1 failure, that is the only aftermath. 4 drives larger than 2 TB, the rebuild window grows dangerously wide. RAID 6 was created for exactly this reason, double parity by its side. Use RAID 5 for file servers, NASA arrays, read heavy workloads with moderate writes. Avoid RAID 5 for large drive arrays over 4 TB, write intensive databases, high stake size. Always pair with monitoring, know the instant a disk fails and replace it fast. The window between first failure and second failure is all the time you have. Parity stripe distributed across every disk. XOR calculates the safety worth every risk, and -1 is your usable space. 1 disk can fail in parity, fills its place. Read fast, write smart, rebuild from what remains. Parity stripe, that's how RAID 5 explains. Minimum 3 disks and -1 capacity, 1 fault tolerance allowed. XOR rebuilds the missing data, distributed parity makes it proud. Read performance skills, write penalty is real. Rebuild risk is the catch. Parity stripe, RAID 5 is the balance that most arrays match.